Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today is best top 2 coins. Please don't skip this video. So let's get it started. The 5 franc coin of 1971 is a significant example of French pre-Euro currency representing the Fifth Republic's monetary design during a period of social, political, and economic transition. Issued by the Monnaie de Paris, Paris Mint, this coin belongs to the last major generation of French franc coins before the euro's introduction in 2002 and reflects both traditional and modern elements of French numismatic art. The 5 franc denomination itself has deep roots in French history, originating in the late 18th century during the time of the French Revolution, and it continued to evolve throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. By 1971, France was under the presidency of Georges Pompidou, and the coinage bore the influence of post-war modernization, European integration, and France's strong emphasis on national identity and economic recovery. The obverse, front side, of the 1971 5 franc coin features the right-facing profile of Marianne, the national personification of the French Republic. Marianne, adorned with a Phrygian cap, the historic emblem of liberty and the French Revolution, symbolizes freedom, reason, and republican values, liberté, égalité, fraternité. Surrounding her head is the legend République Française, in bold, evenly spaced capital letters emphasizing the authority and unity of the French state. The design is the work of Louis Oscar Roty, whose earlier sower, la semeuse, motif heavily influenced the artistic style of many French coins of the 20th century. The obverse is detailed yet restrained, balancing classical allegorical imagery with the clean modern typographic layout that characterized mid-20th century French coinage. The reverse, backside, displays the denomination and date in a harmonious agricultural wreath design. At the center, the value 5 francs is prominently inscribed with the date 1971 placed just below. Encircling this are sprigs of olive oak and wheat, symbolizing peace, strength, and prosperity, key values in post-war France. The reverse also includes the famous French motto Liberté, égalité, fraternité, divided by small dots and arching across the top edge. The detailed engraving of the wreath reflects France's deep agrarian heritage, which remained an important cultural and economic pillar during the 1970s. The coin is composed of copper-nickel, cupronickel, specifically 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery appearance with good wear resistance suitable for high circulation coinage. It has a diameter of 31 mm, a weight of 10 grams, and a reeded, milled edge, providing both tactile recognition and a level of security against counterfeiting. This size and weight placed it among the larger and more substantial circulating coins of its era, used frequently in daily transactions for moderate value purchases. The 5 franc coin of 1971 was struck in large quantities for general circulation, as the denomination was a key part of the French currency system before the franc underwent decimal adjustments leading into the late 20th century. Alongside circulating issues, limited numbers were produced in brilliant uncirculated BU and proof FDC quality, intended for collectors and included in annual mint sets. These higher quality strikes exhibit sharper relief on Marianne's facial features and the intricate foliage of the reverse. Historically, the 1971 issue falls within a dynamic period in French and European history. France was continuing to modernize its economy, expand its infrastructure, and deepen its participation in the European Economic Community, EEC, the forerunner to the European Union. The franc, while stable, was gradually moving toward a more integrated European monetary system, which decades later would culminate in the introduction of the euro. From a numismatic perspective, the 1971 5 franc coin is widely available due to its high mintage, and circulated examples typically hold only nominal collector value, often close to their former face value. However, uncirculated or proof specimens, especially those preserved in original mint packaging, can command higher prices among collectors, particularly if graded at high levels, MS65 or above. Error coins such as those with misstrikes, die cracks, or off-centering may also carry a premium. Symbolically, the 5 franc coin of this period represents the enduring legacy of French republican ideals carried through everyday commerce. The image of Marianne links back to the Revolution of 1789, while the wreath evokes rural prosperity and the post-war rebuilding ethos. For many in France, coins like this were a tangible connection to both their national history and their daily livelihoods, circulating widely in the pockets and purses of workers, farmers, and city dwellers alike. Today, while the French franc ceased to be legal tender on February 17, 2002, coins such as the 1971 5 franc remain collectible artifacts of France's pre-Euro identity. They serve as educational pieces for historians and numismatists, reflecting the artistry, economic priorities, and national symbols of their time. The coin's relatively large size and classical modern hybrid design continue to make it a favorite among collectors of European mid-20th century coinage. Next, The 5-franc coin of 1972 is a notable piece of French pre-Euro coinage struck during the period of the Fifth Republic when France was continuing to modernize its economy and strengthen its role within the European Economic Community, EEC, issued by the Monnaie de Paris, Paris Mint. This coin carries a denomination that had been central to French currency for centuries, dating back to its original introduction during the late 18th century under the revolutionary reforms. By 1972, France was under the presidency of Georges Pompidou, and the 5-franc coin reflected a harmonious blend of Republican tradition and mid-20th century design sensibility, serving as a widely used medium of exchange before the eventual replacement of the franc by the euro in 2002. On the obverse, front side, the coin features the classical depiction of Marianne, the enduring national emblem of the French Republic, shown in profile facing right. Marianne is adorned with the Phrygian cap, a symbol of liberty, civic virtue, and the revolutionary spirit of France. Surrounding her image is the République Française, which asserts the authority of the state and its republican ideals. The design is based on the artistic style influenced by Louis-Oscar Roty, one of France's most important medallists and engravers, known for his graceful and timeless interpretation of Marianne that had become a central motif in French coinage since the early 20th century. The reverse, backside, presents the denomination and date framed within a richly symbolic wreath. At its center, the value 5 francs is boldly inscribed with the date 1972. Positioned just below encircling this is a detailed wreath made up of olive branches, oak leaves, and wheat ears, representing peace, strength, and agricultural prosperity, key themes in post-war France as it rebuilt its economy and emphasized both rural and industrial development. At the top, the national motto, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, is engraved, divided by small dots encapsulating the 3 pillars of the French Republic: liberty, equality, and fraternity. This coin is composed of copper-nickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a silver-gray metallic appearance and provides durability for high circulation. It has a diameter of 31 millimeters, a weight of 10 grams, and a reeded, milled edge, a standard feature to help prevent clipping and counterfeiting. Its size and weight made it a substantial coin in everyday transactions during the early 1970s, frequently used for mid-range purchases. The 1972 5-franc coin was produced primarily for circulation with a high mintage to meet everyday monetary demands, though the Paris Mint also released a limited number in brilliant uncirculated BU and proof FDC quality for collectors. Proof strikes exhibit a mirror-like finish with frosted designs showcasing the fine detail in Marianne's profile and the agricultural wreath. From a historical and economic perspective, the issuance of the 1972 coin occurred during a period of economic growth in France marked by increased industrialization, infrastructure expansion, and greater European cooperation. The franc at this time was a stable currency, yet discussions of European monetary integration were beginning to take shape, laying the foundations for the euro that would emerge 3 decades later. In terms of numismatic value, the 1972 5-franc coin is considered relatively common due to its large mintage, and circulated examples often hold only modest value, typically near their former face value unless in exceptional condition. However, coins preserved in mint state, MS, or proof quality, particularly those graded highly, MS 65 or above, are more desirable among collectors and can fetch higher prices. Error coins or pieces with unique minting anomalies such as off-center strikes or planchet flaws may also attract additional interest. Symbolically, this coin represents both continuity and transition in French monetary history. It retains the imagery of Marianne, a link to revolutionary ideals and republican identity, while incorporating modern minting techniques suitable for mass production in a growing European economy. For everyday citizens of France in 1972, this coin was a familiar and trusted unit of currency exchanged in markets, cafes, and shops across the country. Although the French franc ceased to be legal tender on February 17, 2002, when replaced by the euro, coins like the 1972 5-franc remain significant as historical artifacts, educational tools, and collectible pieces of France's rich numismatic heritage. Their design, materials, and symbolism continue to reflect the cultural and political narrative of France in the post-war and pre-Euro era. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.